Hi, I'm Laura. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. I am here with a VR to the 31 Days of Witchcraft tag being hosted by Heather Carter this month of May 2020. And as always, I'll leave a link in the description box to Heather's channel where you can learn more about all of the prompts that we're discussing throughout the month. And of course, don't forget to click on the tag itself and you'll be able to find lots of other great channels participating in the discussion as well. So, today I want to discuss a prompt for day 13. And the discussion prompt for day 13 is, do you write your own spells, use pre-written spells, or do a mix of both? And so I would say that I do a mix of both, but with a strong leaning towards writing my own. And so very seldom, I think, would I use a pre-written spell exactly 100% as is. But I also can't say, even despite that I write all of my own spells with no outside influence, because that's obviously not the case. Inevitably doing lots of reading, I'm going to pick things up that are going to, spark ideas or make their way into my magical practice one way or another. So certainly pre-written spells, or spells written by other people, do enter into my practice, just not generally exactly in the form as they're written, right? By way of an example, I may adapt a structure of a pre-written spell and keep kind of some of that structure, but then the content I like to work out for myself. So to just take a quick example that I found in this book that I'm currently reading, The Spiral Dance by Starhawk, she has an example in here, and I haven't actually read this far into the book. I just went looking for a spell to discuss as an example. She has one here that is a spell for releasing anger, right? And so it involves, projecting and infusing one's anger into a stone that is then thrown away after some words are said, right? I could imagine doing something like that. However, when it comes to something like the words I'm going to say in the process of magical work, those are going to be words that I write myself, right? Even though there are words provided, and it's not because I think there's anything wrong with the words provided. It's just, for me, a spell has to feel like it's for me. It has to feel really, really, truly right. For me to feel really, truly right afterwards. So, I can't even think of an instance. I can't think of the most recent instance where I would have completely taken up, words exactly as someone else had written them and didn't make any kind of changes for myself. But, again, to take the example, the idea of incorporating, focusing particular intentions into an object and then ridding myself of that object as a kind of release, releasing of that intention or that idea or that feeling, that I could absolutely, take up in as far as that counts as like a pre-written idea, right? That's not my idea from scratch, but I'm going to make it my own. Where I would say that I lean more towards the pre-written or things written by other people is in the domain of what I would call recipes, if that makes sense. I mean, insofar as this is separate from spells, when it comes to things like making an anointing oil that I might end up applying to my skin in some way, for example, with essential oils or other ingredients like that, that's a kind of area where I'm going to go more in the direction of the pre-written, because I feel like essential oils, herbs, areas like this are not areas that I am particularly well versed in. I'm also a person with a lot of allergies and skin issues and things like that. So when it comes to, blending something that is going to go onto my skin, or combining things that are going to go into a bath, or blending something into, that I'm going to ingest, like in particular ingest, that is where, the pre-written enters strongly into my practice, because I don't feel like, going on my own intuition or my own intention, and combining things that I don't feel like I would necessarily achieve the desired effects, but I also don't even feel like capable of doing those things. I'm always like keen to learn and, finding things that, that work for me. But at the very least, when it comes to anything like that, anything that's going to be on my skin or inside my body in any kind of way, at least the first several times, I'm going to work off pre-written recipes for things like that. Maybe, once I know particular ingredients are safe for particular uses in particular quantities, then I might get a little bit more, DIY and start kind of combining things on my own. But really, that's where pre-written comes into my practice a lot more. So I'm keen to hear what other folks have to say on this topic. I've tried to keep it short with just a couple of examples. So do you work with pre-written or write your own spells more, or do you do both? I'm keen to hear, and if you don't have a channel but want to participate in the comments, please do leave your thoughts, and I'm happy to have a chat with you down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for day 14 of 31 Days of Witchcraft. Bye.